This is the solution to the challenge called Challenge Hero Monster Classes Part 2. And so, if you look inside of the folder for the challenge, there is both a requirements document, which we'll refer to, and then also the starting point. So I'm going to copy that and put it into my projects directory. And we'll go ahead and open that up here. And if you want to use what you did in part 1 instead of my starting point, feel free to do that. I don't care. As long as you get similar results, I'm happy with that. Okay, so here we go. First requirement is you will start by creating a new class named Dice. And the Dice class will have one property called sides. It'll be of type integer. And a method called roll. The roll method will use the sides property as the maximum value used by random.next. The roll method will return the random number to the caller. Got it. And then there's also this hint that you can't create the random class inside of the roll method, or you'll create it every time, and you're going to run into that same mess where we never get a random number. We don't want that. All right, so here we go. This is really easy. We just need to create another class. I'm just going to put below this class. So class dice, and prop int sides, so that'll be the maximum number. So when you roll a dice, how many sides does it have? 37 sides, if that's even physically possible. All right, whatever the case might be. And then we have a public int roll method. And what we'll do outside of this, using the hint, so random equals new random. And so we should be able to use random inside here like so, using this dot sides like so. And in fact, we should be able to just do return like so. Okay, everything looks good. I think that's the first part of it. So that is requirement number 1. Number 2, in the default class's page load method, you'll create a new instance of the dice class and pass it as an input parameter to the character class's attack method. The attack method will set the size property, then call the dice class's roll method and use the return value as the return value of the attack method as well. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're going to start with. We're going to change the attack signature to something like that. We'll go ahead and get rid of all this. We'll go dice dot sides equals this dot damage maximum. And I guess we can move this up here like so. And then we'll go return. We can just get rid of all this. Return dice.roll. I think that'll work, like so. Okay, it looks happy, so that's good. Of course, we're going to have to change everything up here now. So what we'll do is create a new instance of dice. So dice equals new dice. And then we'll pass in the dice to each of our attacks, like so. Okay, looks good. I think that satisfies that. Yes, okay. Next up, number 3, you will rewrite the logic in the page load method to check and see if the hero gets an attack bonus or if the monster gets an attack bonus. In either case, you should perform the bonus attack and make the appropriate changes to the other character's health using the defend method. Okay. And we could probably create a helper method to make this a little bit quicker. I'm just going to go ahead and embed it right here. I know we're passing the 6 lines of code maximum here. Maybe we can come back at some future point in time, and maybe that's a good challenge for you. Once we finish this, go back and make sure that no method has more than 6 lines of code in it, okay? But I'm not going to do that here. I just want to get through this really quick. Okay, so we're going to need the dice first. So now let's just do the bonus. And the bonus is going to be if hero.attack bonus then let's go I think we can do this all in one line of code. Monster.defend and then hero.attack dice. Look at that. So since defend takes an integer, which is the damage, and since attack returns the damage, I can just put it all here in one line of code. That's going to return the damage, and then we'll call monster.defend like so. And then if that's the case, then we can remove that and put that like that. And if the monster.attack bonus, we'll just do the opposite of that, right? So hero.defend monster.attack dice. Nice. Okay. Now the next part of this is that, here, let's make sure we got this. Okay, so that's number 3. Now we're going to create the while loop, the battle loop, and only break out of it once one character's health is less than 0. Inside the while loop, the monster should attack the hero, then the hero should attack the monster. Okay, easy enough. In fact, we got some of this, right? So, while hero.health is greater than 0 and the monster.health is greater than 0, then we can perform the battle. And so the battle is basically these lines of code again. Well, not really. It's actually just these 2 lines of code. So I'll copy this, and then I'll copy this. Now the fact that I'm copying and pasting makes me think that maybe there's an opportunity here to factor this out into a helper method. If I'm kind of doing the same thing in more than one place, it makes me start thinking, am I doing this right? Remember that when I told you that little piece of advice? All right, but we're going to go on for now. And I think we have satisfied that requirement. Yep. All right, the last one is you'll create a helper method in the default class called displayResult, which accepts 2 input parameters, opponent 1 and opponent 2. Depending on their health, determine the winner and print out the winning message using both their names. If they both have health less than or equal to 0, then print out a message that they both died. All right, easy enough. So here we go. We're just going to go private void display result, right? And so character opponent 1, character opponent 2. Okay. And so we should first check that if opponent 1 dot health is less than or equal to 0 and opponent 2 dot health is less than or equal to 0, then they're both losers, right? So we would go result label dot text, text plus equals, I guess we'll go string dot format, both 0 and 1 died. And so we'll go opponent 1 dot name and then opponent 2 dot name. Else, if opponent 1 dot health is less than or equal to 0, then result label dot text plus equals string dot format, paragraph in there, defeats 1, opponent 2 dot name and opponent 1 dot name. And then I think we can just do an else here and just do the kind of the opposite of this. I forgot that, like so, and I should just be able to change around 1 and 2 like so. All right, let's see if this works. I'm gonna get rid of this. Or actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this inside the loop. Now this wasn't a requirement, but this will help me keep an eye on things. And I think I can get rid of this. And I need to just display the result. So hero and monster. I think that'll do it. Let's run it. All right, looks like it had 2 rounds. The hero got pounded the first time through and then was killed on the second time through. And so the monster defeats the hero. Well, we could write some more code in here to print out some and give some more visibility to, you know, the amount of attacks or the value of the attacks that were rolled and things of that nature. Also, I want to encourage you to, as an exercise, to go back and reduce this down to make sure that no method has more than 6 lines of code in it. So that'd be a good exercise for you to take on. I'm not going to show that on camera or anything like that. I'm just going to let you figure that part out. Okay? So that's the solution. Hopefully this makes sense, especially since I broke it down in such small pieces for you. If you didn't get it, again, I'm not going to fault you for that. I know this is new and hard. And so I would just say, after watching this, after watching both solutions, now go back tomorrow and do it again. And if you still need a little help, do it one more time and then continue on or watch lesson 36 again. Okay? I think that's the best thing that you need to do. Or even look online and look for some additional tutorials. And maybe somebody will explain a little bit better than I did. All right, so good luck. We'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks.